don't know if you've ever heard the phrase filling your tank. It's a phrase that we use quite a lot. You come to places where you just fill your tank. You feel like your soul is being restored. And for me, this is one of those places. And you just walk along the beach and just feel refreshed and restored. It's amazing how a simple walk can do that in a beautiful, beautiful place on earth. So I've had to come into town whilst I'm here in Jersey because Matt forgot his hat. It's getting very sunny and I'm starting to receive just a little bit on the top. It's a bit shiny red today, so I thought I'll come and get a hat. So little known facts about Jersey. Number 1, there is no Apple shop. Number 2, there are a lot of sports cars here, but the speed limit on the island is 40 miles an hour. That's right, 40. So that'll be like first gear for all the Lamborghinis that I see. The guy was saying apparently every August bank holidays they get a hill climb, 2 days. All these beautiful cars, old-fashioned cars, race cars, I mean just gorgeous. Climbing hills for 2 days. It's amazing when you just stumble across these things. And then at Greve de Lec, one of my favourite places on earth. So many good memories here with the family, so many good holidays, so many things to remember. Love this place, love, love, love. So this slipway here, we spent many a time driving our car down the old kayaks, go kayaking in the bay, especially around there. Do some cliff jumping. I say cliffs. I don't know if there's a size requirement for a cliff, maybe it's just a big rock. Either way, you jump off it. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Forrest Gump, but he says in that movie, there's a line which says, sometimes it was hard to know where the sea ended and the sky began. That's kind of like what it's like today down at the beach. Absolutely stunning. Tell you what, we have been super, super blessed with the weather here in Jersey. Ah, fantastic. So this week's question of the vlog, how do I find my passion and purpose in life? And I thought, what a great place to try and answer that question at the beach. So I am here on holiday with the family. Love Jersey, love this beach. We're at Greve de Lec, and you know, when you come away on holiday, you know what, there's space to think and to breathe, and you start to think about life and a little bit about where you're going and are you on the right path and are you doing what you want to do and all those sorts of things. And it's those questions which come back to us time and time again, and they sometimes haunt us, sometimes we're empowered by them. I don't know where you sit, but for me, I think I know what I'm supposed to do, which is, it's such a powerful thing. Knowing the purpose. Why are you here on earth? You know, what is the reason you're here? What are you passionate about? What's your purpose in life? Well, I'm going to give you 5 quick tips whilst I'm here at the beach, which may or may not be helpful for you finding out what your purpose and passion is. Number 1, eliminate comparison. What do I mean by that? We live in an age where we just have to compare ourselves to everybody else, right? Exams, the grades. My son's just done some exams, great, but he's comparing his grades with what other people have got. And that's okay, you can argue the merits of them, you know, for or against is making a difference, but the thing about it is, it's all about comparison. You know, at the beach you see it all the time, everybody comparing their bodies to somebody else's body, how they look, how they don't look. And I think comparison is the curse of the modern age. You can never truly figure out who you are if you're trying to be somebody else, because you're comparing yourself to somebody else and feel like you should be like them. No, you've got to learn to be you. Number 2, go against the cultural norm. Now, what do we mean by that? Society has a default way of doing something, and so there will be expectations. Like in the UK, the expectations, you'll go to school, and if you do well at school, you'll go to uni, and then if you go to uni, you'll get a degree, and if you get a degree, you should in theory get a good job. It's all theory, but that's the norm. That's where everybody goes. Doesn't mean you have to go the same way everybody else is doing. And in fact, innovation comes when somebody does something a little bit differently. Now, going the normal way might be the right thing to do, but quite often we have to sit and look at that and go, that's the default way. That's how everybody else is doing it. How should I do it? What way would be different that could really spark something amazing? Tip number 3, just do something. You know, inaction is the enemy of everything. You know, I was told a long time ago, and it's always stuck with me, that it's easier to turn a car when the car is moving. And that is totally true. Sometimes we just have to get out and do something and feel whether we're on the right path or not. You know, you get feedback from stuff you're doing. If you're getting a good sense from it, great. If it's a bad sense, maybe readjust your path, try something different, but try something. Number 4, make the most of every opportunity. Every day we are faced with opportunity, and you just have to take hold of them. I cannot begin to tell you how many people I know who live with some kind of major regret for not, taking the chance and having a go at an opportunity. I think I'd rather live with failing at doing something than succeed in doing nothing, if that makes sense. So make the most of every opportunity that comes your way. So if you do those first 4 things, right, if you eliminate comparison, start to figure out who you are, if you figure out actually where do I need to go against the cultural norms, where do I need to do something that's a little bit different, if you try something and start having a go at things, and if you sort of see all these opportunities and start making the most of all of them, you're going to have a whole lot of things to think about, right, and to process. And the best way to do that, number 5, journal. I cannot begin to tell you how cool journaling is. I've mentioned this before in the vlog, but I really started to figure out my purpose when I started to journal a lot and just to ask myself a lot of questions and to figure out who I was, right, and what I stood for. So journaling is fantastic. Get to it. As always, if you want to know more, check out the podcast, because I spend quite a bit of time going into each one of those 5 things, an awful lot more. Head on over to iTunes, search question of the vlog, you should find it. Noisy track.